Hello, Shaun. My name is Angelina Johnson.
Hi, nice to meet you.
I'm glad you could make it today.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I came to see you because I'm kind of dealing with a bunch of emotional things right now, and I've never really gotten a chance to talk to anybody about, what's going on and what my goals are in the future, and things that have transpired over the past few months. I'd really like to get a chance to talk about. So.
All right. Well, let's start about the emotional. Start with the emotional stuff first.
Okay. Well, my main issue why I came to talk to somebody is I'm really trying to, rather than focus on the past, I'm trying to think about the future and what I want to do in my life regarding everything. I mean, job, with my son, how my relationship is with my his mother, my ex. A lot of things that I'm having a tough time dealing with now. I want to try and figure out how I can deal with that stuff in the future in a positive way.
Okay.
Because my main issue is I bottle a lot of stuff up, and it's been an issue my entire life. What I mean by that is I have a really big problem with feeling angry, and not really so much sad, but I get a lot of anger, not really too much of a temper, but instead of talking about stuff and coming to a therapist, I hold it in. I don't really like to pretend like I'm a macho person, like a guy, but I just feel like sometimes my issues aren't important to talk about. And I've really started to realize over the past couple of years that it does help when I talk about stuff. And so, I want to figure out a solution to how I can deal with this type of stuff, because there's been times that I get in trouble, I let the anger get the best of me, and I've acted out in the past, whether it's using, just completely losing it, rage. Even there's been times where, you hit stuff, and it's not healthy at all.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try. I really want to try and figure out how to deal. Maybe make some goals.
Okay. Well, let's talk about family first.
Okay.
And how does family play into the part of your anger? Where does that come in? And then, maybe we can talk about how your job affects that and how your relationship affects that. So let's talk about the job, the family first.
Okay. Well, my family is, I've always had a very good family. Now, the way my situation is right now, I moved to North Carolina a few years ago, but I moved down here with my son and his mother when we were together 3 years ago to start fresh. We had a goal in mind, and we wanted to start somewhere where it would be a positive environment for our son. And it didn't end up working out the way we thought it would, obviously. So things got really messy and emotionally, and we split up. And thankfully, my mom actually moved down a year after we did, and it was in the midst of our breakup. So it worked out that way, so I can get away from her and move in with my mom until I figure everything out. And it's when I started coming to school, and so my relationship, I consider her, of course, family, because it's, we have our son together. So, but involving my mom, we have we're very close. We have a very good relationship. But we're having certain issues with certain things, and we're both kind of very similar, where once in a while we'll get whatever it is off our mind and talk about it. But we're one and the same. We like to let things sit, and then when it finally does come out, it comes out, and it can be bad sometimes. Not bad, but we get angry and normal stuff. I would think we have a healthy relationship, but we're trying to set. My mom is working from home, and she hasn't done that, and she's always worked in an office for 12 years, so we see a lot of each other. So when you're around somebody for so long, you can get annoyed with each other. So we're just trying to figure out some techniques where things will work for the both of us. Because we fight sometimes, and we don't want to be like that. She's going through some of her own issues, depression, and one of the biggest issues right now is I've kind of become isolated from a lot of people, and something that was very positive, that a move that I made, was coming to school. I wanted to, of course, the main objective is, of course, to get a degree, just so I have a better opportunity for employment. And that's gone really well. I love school. I'm actually struggling right now a little bit with my classes, just because my heart hasn't really been in it. A lot of stress recently. There's been a lot of things that have happened in the past few weeks that it's kind of like a roadblock. So I'm trying to get focused in school again. I've always had good grades, but I've noticed recently that I'll slack off and I won't do little assignments. I'll do my tests, but those assignments add up, and before you know it, all my grades start to plummet, and I'll notice that it's a cycle. I'm doing that type of stuff with a lot of things. It's not just school. I've been known to, what's a good word, procrastinate. Okay. And I keep telling myself, I'll get things done, I'll do it, and then I don't, and then I dig myself an even bigger ditch. So procrastinating has always been something that I really need to work on. I need to be able to stay on top of things. I can't let things get behind, because then everything's going to get behind. So.
Okay, so let me ask you something.
Sure.
What have you done to better that situation?
That's a good question. I have. I'm at a clinic in New Bern, and I have a counselor that I work with one-on-one. Not enough, but I always talk about it when I meet with her. And this is just an example. We do. She has me. We kind of write down little things that I can work on and see if I accomplish those things. Just start with the little things, I guess, and try to see if I can keep up and stuff. And like school, I've really tried to work on making sure that I take care of everything, I get it out of the way, and when I do those things, it makes you feel good. I feel good. You get that sense of accomplishment, and that's something that it really means a lot to me, because there is nothing better than having that sense of accomplishment. So I'm trying to really just stay focused on the things that are right in front of me, And I gotta stop worrying about whatever has happened in the past. I gotta let go. I can't keep letting things drag me down. Another thing is my relationship with my son's mother. I can't control that situation. We feel how we feel, and I haven't dealt with our breakup well at all.
Okay.
And I've been really struggling with that. And I'm doing my best every day to focus on something else other than that, because it takes me down. It really...
You have hobbies or books that you like to read, or?
Yeah, you know, I do. I just got back from Florida 2 days ago.
Okay.
And that was a very important trip, because not only did we have with my father, and we had a very good time, but it was a very therapeutic trip for like my mental health, because what we did was go to a couple of spring training baseball games for like the Yankees and the Red Sox, and that was, we had the time of our lives, because baseball is like my #1 hobby. And it's actually a very good thing, because baseball season has just started. And for the most part, it's a very positive thing, because it goes on for a long time, and I keep myself busy with following that, and it's just something that keeps me busy. And that can go into a whole nother thing, is staying occupied, staying satisfied. Keeping myself busy, because that, again, I can probably say the #1 problem has been boredom. In the past, I mean, like I said, I don't want to, the past is something I try not to dwell on, but keeping myself occupied is, I mean, like they say, downtime is the devil's time, or whatever, so like that. So,
Vital time.
Vital, yeah, whatever. So, there's things like that. That's a good example of something positive that will not only keep my time, but it keeps me in a positive mindset.
Okay.
Because you know what, when I think about negative things, I really think about those negative things. I can't let it go. Certain things, like with my son's mother, I start thinking about things, and I have a really tough time letting things go. I don't hold grudges and stuff like that, but when something pisses me off, and it really pisses me off, it really pisses me off. I don't know why. It's something I try to work on, but I'm working on it.
Have you ever tried maybe just writing stuff down?
Yeah.
That bothers you, and then, just let it go out the window?
Actually, yeah, that's a very good idea. I have actually done that in the past. I have not done that recently, but that's a very good idea, because I love writing.
And then you have a little boy. You can't be bored.
Yeah.
He takes up a lot of time, and there's a lot of energy in him, and you just consume, and let him consume your time, and then you won't be so caught up in your thoughts all the time. And school is another thing that should keep you so busy that you don't have time to worry.
Yeah. It's been a good thing. I'm at school 3 days a week. I wake up really early, wake up at 5. And, I live in New Bern, so it's tough, because, I've been in school for about 1.5 years, almost 2 years, and living far away has taken its toll, because, I have to drive an hour each way every day. And, right now I'm taking 3 classes, and basically driving is like its own job, and it's like its own class in itself. So, like my schedule basically is, I go to school in the morning, and I get home around 1:30, and then I have about, I would say about 2 hours, maybe do some, do homework, take care of things that I need to take care of, and then I pick my son up from daycare, and I have him from whenever I pick him up, 3, 4 o'clock, up until when his mother picks him up. She gets, she works a lot, so she gets out of work around anywhere between 8:30 and 9. So my days are very busy, especially on Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Okay.
It's a good thing that I'm busy,
Yeah.
but I have noticed with myself that sometimes when I get really busy, I get very overwhelmed. And being overwhelmed is not necessarily a good thing for me, because sometimes I don't handle it well.
So how do you, what happens when you feel overwhelmed?
What the good thing is that I don't, what I would used to do, and I don't do this anymore, is, I would use, I'm in recovery, I've been clean for for about 6 years.
That's awesome.
Thank you. And, I would used to resort to maybe partying, wanting to do that, or drink, and I don't do that stuff anymore. So I have to find something that fulfills that I can do, and I guess I'm still trying to find that, even after all this time.
Yes, it takes a strong will to stay on board with that.
Yeah, and it's been a ride. There's been so many good things that have come back into my life from staying clean, and that is one of the biggest things, is that I do remain, for the most part, in that positive mindset.
So you pull your strength from that.
Yeah, and I have so many positive things that have come from that. Like I'm able to, something that really helps me, like when I wake up in the morning and before I leave, I will go outside and the sun's coming up, and I will look up at the sky and breathe in the air and appreciate it. A long time ago, I didn't appreciate that stuff. I try and do things in the morning. I try to have this routine where I get my day started in a good way, in a positive way. I always try, even if something negative happened, I still try to keep my best to keep on that positive mindset, because it is such a big deal for me to get off my day on a good start. Because if it doesn't, if something happens, or I'm just not in the best mood, I let that drag me down all day, and I stay in that. Like if I have a bad day, it's all day. Sometimes it's not, but I let little things bother me, and I gotta work on trying to keep myself in that positive mindset. I don't know if that makes any sense, but
it does. And I was just wondering, in the process of dealing with the overwhelmness and dealing with the different schedules that you have, how do you deal with, we hadn't talked about the anger. What are the things that project your anger?
What are things that cause it?
Yeah.
For the most part right now, of course there's many things, but for the most part right now, it's the situation all together with my son's mother. Because she wants to move to Raleigh, she wants me and my mom to pack up and go somewhere, just because she found a job. And like we have a very close, we just have always been that close. Like we're not hostile toward each other because we've split up and stuff like that. But you know what, I'm still upset, I'm still angry at the whole situation, I'm confused.
Okay.
And because I'm confused, you know, I don't know what's going on. Sometimes I get mixed signals from her, because altogether, I'm basically the one that's still hurt about it, the whole situation with her. So that confusion turns into anger, and I lash out at her, mostly her, and I kind of try to tell her how I feel, and being angry just doesn't help at all.
Why not write it down?
I'm gonna try to do that. I used to journal, actually. I used to. I'm gonna try and do that. I'm gonna try and journal and see if that helps.
Okay.
I mean, I was going to the gym. I'm gonna start going back. I just stopped about 2 weeks ago, but
Okay.
going to the gym has always helped a lot. So but I would like to get back and get a chance to talk to you again. So if we can figure something out, I'd really appreciate that.
I look
It's great.
forward to seeing you again.
All right. Well, thank you. I really
for stopping
appreciate it.
in.
Thank you.